So yeah, I guess just to paint the picture then, we do have the foundational metrics that, I'm looking at as well. You hit on the most important ones right off the bat, MER. Media efficiency ratio or marketing efficiency ratio. AMER, which is sort of your acquisition, MER. So basically just counting revenue from new customers. And then you've got your, in platform, potentially ROAS and CPA, and then your triple whale, your North Beam, where you might be monitoring the same thing. So I'm looking at that on a day-to-day basis as well. That's kind of how I'm steering the ship. But as I started to learn more about rolling reach and everything, it was a big experiment for me initially to see like, what impacts what? Why do we care about this number? Of course, we're trying to reach people. And aren't our ads already reaching people? So it was interesting for me to start, learning about the contexts in which we use this and what it all means too, because I think that there's not necessarily agreement and there's variations on the type of reports that people use when they say like a rolling reach report. And I've got kind of my own variations that I was going to highlight here in the recording. But at any rate, so yes, at some point I think it also becomes maybe more important now with sort of Andromeda and Gem and the way that everything is happening and sort of the importance of finding new pockets and new audiences in order to keep growing. And so I think that maybe put it on the radar in a way that it hadn't been, previous times. So, all right, I guess at a high level then, I like to use a rolling reach report. It can be predictive, and also you can look at it and use it as sort of a diagnostic. So it's, predictive in the sense that you are measuring how many people you're reaching. And so you're filling your funnel with these accounts reached. And so
effectively, just to be clear for everybody, that's what a rolling reach report is. It just measures how many people over time you're reaching, right? Like that's what it is. And it's, you can pull them different ways, but that's effectively what you're, because you're always trying to, if you're scaling and you're not able to scale, like we just audited a massive account in the D2C world and, worked with some founder members on that audit. And they had spent 15% more to reach 1% more people. This is what we're talking about effectively.
Yeah. Yeah. And Kurt, maybe it's helpful to actually, I know there's a couple of metrics that we're going to dig into. Maybe it's helpful to start with like definitions of each of those things. And then I think the diagnostic thing and how it's I'm uniquely interested in the predictive piece. So my ears perked up immediately when you said that, but maybe start with some of those quick definitions and then we can dig into how you're using it.
Yeah, that sounds good. So the way that I use it, it might be slightly different than other people use it. So rolling reach, I look at it as the report that Meta started sending out, right? And so monthly rolling reach, they would pick a day on the calendar, usually 2 years ago, but sort of as far back as you can see in the account sometimes. And then each month, what you're doing is you're saying, to take the super simple example, month 1, we reached 1,000 people. Great. Month 2, if we look at month 2 in isolation, we reach 1,000 people, it says. But when we look at month 1 and month 2 in the selector, now Meta is going to deduplicate that and say, well, yeah, you might have reached 1,000 people in this month and 1,000, but 50% of those were the same people. There's this crossover. And so let's say when you combine them and you have them both selected, instead of seeing 2,000, you see 1,500, right? So that would mean that 50% of your audience you had reached in previous months. And so, and 50% was, people you hadn't reached. And this is extended outward. So let's say that you're on month 12 now. You would look at, what did we do last month? What did it say our reach was? And then what did we do the last 12 months, right? And then you take the difference between those and you can see what your actual net new reach was, or the new people that you reached with that spend. And so it's sort of a variation. It's a different, look at frequency as well. That's a part of it, right? And you can calculate it by using frequency. But so that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying like rolling reach. I'm usually saying it's an expanding window. So one peculiar thing about that report is that if you're looking at, month 1, or let's just say month 6, you're looking at month 6, the definition of who you've reached previously is different than if you're looking at month 12 in that report. right? They each have a different length. And so conceptually, it's pretty easy. It's like, have we ever reached them before? Yes or no, right? So that's not rough, but it is a little bit different if you're trying to compare months to each other, because you're not comparing apples to apples. And so to sort of make a distinction, I'm calling this other report the net new reach report. They're both net new reach, but just so that I can distinguish one from the other. So this other report that I like to use that we can talk about as well has, a sliding window where each month in the report looks back by some, look back window. Let's say 180 days, 6 months. So month one is you calculate it very similarly, except for instead of going back to the start of the time period, you go back 6 months for every single month in the segment. And so that window moves along, it slides along with the timeline, I guess, of the month that you're looking at. Is that clear in any way?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Can,
so you're basically using, so rolling reach is when you're trying to find out, how big is the total audience we've unlocked? Are we expanding our footprint over time? How far into the market are we? Shows the total audience penetration, right? Do you think, is that a good way to summarize monthly rolling reach? And then using net new reach is, are we still reaching the same, new people this month, or are we still reaching new people this month? Let me say it more clearly. Is creative still unlocking new audiences?